think my presence here is a tribute to this partnership and the strength of this partnership. And so to give you some context of who we are in DPS, I think it's important to recognize that DPS is the largest district in Colorado, and it's as diverse as it is large. But DPS has won national honors for our work with kids and families and educators. Of nearly 300 U.S. school districts serving at least 25,000 students, DPS had the second highest academic growth in the nation, and that is something to be excited about. We are also the fastest growing district in the nation. Our enrollment in preschool through grade 12 has grown 26% in the past decade. And then DPS was also one of 8 school districts to be named a great district for great teachers by the National Council on Teacher Quality. So here, DU was responsive to the fact that we need something different in our leaders. We need principals who can be leaders of leaders. I want you to take in these numbers for just a moment to really absorb the impact that the DU Denver partnership has had. 279 leaders have served in DPS that have come through this DU program. The partnership is critical to continuous improvement and ensuring a positive impact for both the district and the university. When you really look at the number of graduates who are leading in our district and the influence they are having on defining and shaping the goals of our district, you can recognize the importance of this kind of relationship.
And the fact that we are all here, the almost 300 people who've gone through the program are here because they want to be a different kind of leader. And if you want something different, the answers aren't out there. And we've all been through a system where it's supposed to fit in a certain box, and we're here to bust those cages. It really shifted my thinking and ideas about leadership. I never thought I wanted to be a principal with the paradigm I had grown up with seeing principal of someone who sat in an office. And having this new lens of being an instructional coach, learning from the Ritchie Program of how leadership could be different.
Is that our leaders that are our facilitators, that are more of our mentors and our friends and our adopted moms and dads, they really have walked the walk that we're in. So I'm a Ritchie 15, and I'd be remiss not to say thank you, because now being a Ritchie is something that helps you get a job.
I had the weird experience of being in 2 other principal programs before this. So one at Harvard and something else called School Leaders of Colorado. And really this program became the standard bearer for me after attending this program and really being able to take what I learned in theory and put it into practice. So the experiential opportunities were really, really paramount to my development as a leader, because I could go back to my school at the same time and then apply those and then come back and get feedback, real-time feedback on what I needed to think about, what things I need to consider moving forward. And how I should adjust my practice. And I just have never seen another program that is able to actually do that in a real-time manner. The first real opportunity I got to experience how we could make a difference and how Ritchies could impact the school was when I was a principal at Martin Luther King, and all 3 of my assistant principals were Ritchie graduates. And we were able to then turn that school around, and those assistant principals went on to become principals and continued to turn schools around.
I can't frame that in any other word other than being grateful for the opportunity to have the opportunity to go in and do those deep dives and to figure those things out before you become a principal, because you really do have a leg up when you get into those situations. So that to me has been a huge, huge bonus.
The first 3 workshops, I said this a week ago when we all met, I was totally silent, and I was just like, wow. And it wasn't until I received feedback from one of the cohort instructors, Kathleen Shiverdecker. She said, Chris, she wrote an email to me and she said, you have to use your voice. You are a powerful leader. And I'll never forget it. It changed my perspective, and it's kind of changed my life. And I do use my voice in a way that resonates truth to power.
Walking into diversity, people who look like me and some who didn't, made a big difference for me because I was intimidated. I grew up down the street from DU and never thought I would attend DU in any way, shape, or form. And now I'm a doc student there, not just, like I haven't finished learning. I guess I never will.
When I think of leadership, I think of being courageous. And we as adults need to be able to step out on faith that what we're doing is best for students and make others aware of what's best for students. Sometimes people are not aware and they see the surface. They need to know deeply what our students need, and that's our job.
Few adjectives for me with leadership is empowerment, because it reflects my career path and the empowerment that I've been able to receive myself and to also provide for the families in our community. That is transformative and based in social justice, which was huge for me being a Ritchie. I think that's what really drew me to the program. I was accepted into a couple and chose Ritchie over the others for that reason.
And when I think of leadership, I think that leadership is resilient, and I think that leadership is kind. And for me, the leaders that have made the biggest impact on me have been the people who have cared about me as a person and who have cared about my students as people, rather than what grade they got or how I did on an evaluation.
I think about being a servant leader. I think about selflessness, and I think about passion, fighting the good fight, even when it really hurts.